Good evening, you're watching Mission 2024. The mission just about complete. With what we have been given to understand, the NDA on Friday will go and stake claim. While the India Alliance in a huddle as we speak is saying, picture abhi baki hai. Which of the two is it? We're going to get you more. First up, taking you through the headlines. It's meeting versus meeting in Delhi. NDA show of strength at Prime Minister's residence. India Top Gun huddle in the national capital. NDA 3.0 in full swing after key huddle. Sources say NDA will stake claim to form government on 7th of June. Key allies Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar likely to meet President Murmu. NDA allies play hardball before Modi 3.0 takes shape. Allies seek plum portfolios. TDP demands Lok Sabha Speaker post. JDU demands 3 cabinet berths, while Shinde wants 3 himself. Narendra Modi resigns ahead of swearing in for the 3rd term. Modi meets President Murmu, submits resignation. Modi to take oath as Prime Minister on the 8th of June for 3rd term. Akhilesh Yadav speaks to India today after Samajwadi Party springs a comeback in Uttar Pradesh. Says India bloc win belongs to the backward classes, Dalits and minorities. Devendra Fadnavis offers to resign as Maharashtra Deputy CM, takes responsibility for BJP's poor show in the state. Chief Minister Shinde says Maha-UP will review defeat. We have All right, the latest news coming in. It's not today, it's not tomorrow. NDA to stake claim on Friday. Sources say NDA Parliament meet scheduled for Friday. And NDA's meet scheduled for Friday. Prime Minister to be elected. Leader of NDA at the Friday meet. And Prime Minister to meet President and stake claim on Friday. So Friday is the D-Day when NDA will stake claim. So we are 48 hours away. Prime Minister designate where Modi is concerned. Today in the NDA meeting at the Prime Minister's residence, there was an understanding, there was a memorandum of understanding which was signed by all stating that the NDA will move forth towards government formation and staking claim under the leadership of Narendra Modi, designate Prime Minister. And he will now be staking claim on Friday. Why that 48-hour gap? Well, this evening, what we have been given to understand is a dinner by the Prime Minister for Modi 2.0, because now there is Modi 3.0, but the government is a coalition government which will be NDA 3.0. So it's curtain call for Modi 2.0 with the formation of an all-new parliament, all-new government with very different in terms of the cabinet. And what we have been told that the Prime Minister will now be staking claim on Friday. With that news, let's quickly move on. And, cut across to Aishwarya Paliwal for more on that. Aishwarya, what more can you add? Why has Friday been chosen? Why not tomorrow? Why not, why Friday?
Well, Preeti, because, it does take time for all these things. Today was the first meeting, and today we did see how, a prastav has been passed, which basically means that all the allies are on the same page, that they want Prime Minister Narendra Modi to take the mantle and to be the Prime Minister for the 3rd term. It will be the BJP which will be at the helm. From what we are understanding, Chandrababu Naidu will be flying back, and he'll be coming on the 7th. On the 7th, there'll be another meeting. The first meeting will be of the Bharatiya Janata Party. In this meeting, they will all say that they agree and they want Prime Minister Narendra Modi to be their leader. This will be followed by the meeting of the allies, and then later we will see on Friday things moving forward. And we understand on Friday they'll be taking the letter to the president saying that they want a chance at, and they want to form the government. So all these things will take place on Friday.
Well, Aishwarya, it does seem that there's going to be what was an understanding that first let's take claim and then look at cabinet formation in terms of allotment or allocation of portfolios. That's not quite happening. It seems there needs to be a meeting before that. At least the allies are going to bargain hard for their pound of flesh before the government goes or before the NDA goes into stake claim?
Well, definitely, because they all also understand, and they are all people who have been in politics for so many years. They understand what it takes to make sure that they do get their fair share. All that the allies are asking, and they do understand that the Bharatiya Janata Party at the moment needs the allies, and that's the reason why we'll see a meeting taking place first, once again with all the allies.
All right,
the
more information coming in on that, Aishwarya.
All of them together minus PM.
All right. There's more information coming in on what really went down in the meeting. NDA MPs meeting to happen at 11 a.m. on June 7th at Central Hall. After that, the NDA will stake claim to form government. Chandrababu Naidu, Nitish Kumar both today asked the Prime Minister to not waste any time and proceed with government formation. All congratulated the Prime Minister. An informal meet was concluded where nothing concerning the cabinet formation was discussed. All right, that's the latest that we are getting in right now. Friday is when the NDA will stake claim. Saturday is when the Prime Minister will be sworn in as the next Prime Minister of the country. It's Modi 3.0, but under the umbrella of NDA government, not the Modi government. Aishwarya is still with us right now. Aishwarya, what are you picking up? So clearly, will there be a hard bargain before? Because the meeting today, nothing was discussed in terms of cabinet distribution or portfolio allotment.
Well, definitely there will be a hard bargain, because the first place Chandrababu Naidu went to after he met the Prime Minister, after all the allies met the Prime Minister, after that Photoshop that took place in which we saw the victory sign being displayed, the first person he went and he met was Piyush Goyal. A couple of the meeting which lasted just a couple of minutes, and then he went to his house. So one of the crucial things that Chandrababu Naidu is doing is that he has put forth his demand and told at least some of the BJP leaders what he at the moment is looking at. The nitty-gritties, Preeti, will be finalized in days to come.
All right, more news just coming in on what really went down in the meeting. The TDP has, of course, sent a clear message. You heard Chandrababu Naidu there. We're going to play that reaction for our viewers right after this, where he said we're with the NDA. There's no speculation. PDP has also told the Prime Minister that he should be assured of their support, which is the party's support. Chandrababu Naidu has flown back to Andhra Pradesh, will return to Delhi on the 7th of June. TDP chief to attend the second NDA meeting, which is on the 7th. Well, lots of inside information coming out right now. Listen in to Chandrababu Naidu right after the meeting.
Sir, how can we contest elections if you are not a part of NDA? Three parties combined we collected. Why you got that doubt, I don't know.
Sir, how was the meeting? How was the meeting, sir?
Good.
And sir, what about
Sir, sir, anything? Sir, any portfolio?
I will talk to you after.
Let's get a quick reaction from my colleague Amit Bhardwaj joining us for more. Amit Bhardwaj, you spoke to Chandrababu Naidu, at least with the media, very clear. I am with the NDA. No speculation.
Right, Preeti, Chandrababu Naidu very clearly and categorically told me that they had fought the elections under the NDA and three parties fought this election in Andhra Pradesh together. So there's no point or, there's no scope for doubt on that aspect at least. And I've also spoken to the senior leaders who are close to Chandrababu Naidu, and they are confirming me that Chandrababu Naidu gave a clear message to Prime Minister Narendra Modi that the TDP is going to stick strongly with the NDA. So a clear message has been conveyed by Chandrababu Naidu that the TDP is going to stick around, and that too strongly. Number one. Number two, that TDP chief will be coming back to the national capital on 7th. There is another meeting, second round of meeting of the NDA MPs, which is to happen on 7th at 11 a.m. That's what sources are telling us. This meeting will happen in the old building of the Parliament in the Central Hall. And you would remember the first visuals of 2014 when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was just elected, the manner and the way he had entered, with all those MPs together. So some sort of repetition of that image could happen that day, where all the NDA MPs, elected NDA MPs, will be asked to come for that particular meeting. More details on that aspect is awaited, but TDP sources are confirming that Chandrababu Naidu is returning on 7th. The meeting will happen at 11 a.m. in the morning
Right.
And all the TDP MPs
Amit, I'm
will
going
be
to
part
come
of
in
this
as we're getting in more information and more news break. From one meeting, let's quickly move to the other. The India Alliance meeting is taking place at Mallikarjun Kharge's residence in central Delhi. The latest coming in from there. It's been a day of hectic conversations and parleys. Of course, inside images, Sonia Gandhi, MK Stalin. You had Sharad Pawar, Supriya Sule, Sanjay Singh from the Aam Aadmi Party. Of course, this is Sonia Gandhi. You have JMM Kalpana Soren as well, who came in. You have TMC's Abhishek Banerjee as well. Of course, the man of the moment, right in the center, Akhilesh Yadav. He came with Ram Gopal Yadav. You have Omar Abdullah, Mallikarjun Kharge, all of them, Rahul Gandhi, MK Stalin, Rahul Gandhi, Akhilesh, all three of them sitting together. Well, for Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh, this is a big ticket moment. Rahul Gautam joining us. Rahul Gautam, give us the inside information. What is going on?
Well, you know, as we are seeing on our screens, the pictures that have come out from the India bloc meeting, clearly happy faces there, leaders congratulating each other. What we are given to understand that at this point of time they are discussing what could be possible scenarios and how India bloc fell short of getting the majority. We all know that that India bloc has scored a tally of 333, but they are still way below 272. So therefore, they are discussing that what could they do at this point of time to send out this message that the camp is united. They're going to stay together, and what message they want to send out to the voters who came out in large numbers, who voted for them en masse, and for which the numbers of India bloc inflated to 233 from mere 112. There's almost a jump of 100 seats. So they want to send out a message that we're going to stay together. You posed your confidence in us, and therefore we're going to play an important role henceforth. Now, as telling you earlier also, there is a majority opinion, then there is a minority opinion. Majority opinion is this, that they should sit in opposition, they should corner the government on issues, whether inside parliament, outside parliament. But there are a couple of leaders you can say that who are saying or who are mooting this idea that, and in fact the opening remarks of Mallikarjun Kharge also says that India bloc welcomes all those parties who believe in constitution, who believes in democracy, to join the bloc. So clearly these are optics.
Stay with
that
me.
They want to
Stay with me.
out,
Lots of images coming in from inside the India Alliance. Happy, smiling faces. I just want to turn to on one of the key fights that made these visuals possible, and that fight has come in from the man who's on the television screen for the India Alliance. It's Akhilesh, who's been the man of the moment. I want to turn towards our election intelligence dashboard for our viewers to understand what really went down in the state of Uttar Pradesh. A quick look at Uttar Pradesh, and let's just, viewers, look at the vote share where UP was concerned. It's interesting if you look at it how it's changed. 44% for the NDA and 44% for the India Alliance. In the history of Uttar Pradesh, it has never happened where you've had a vote share such as this, where both parties that have been facing off have equal vote share, 44% each. And hugely, the responsibility of that has come in from Akhilesh Yadav and the TMC. Let's take a look at now some of the direct fights that have taken place between the BJP, the Congress, as well as the BJP and the Samajwadi Party. This is what it looks like. 17 seats. The Congress was fighting directly against the Bharatiya Janata Party, and out of that, the BJP won 11 and the Congress won 6. 6 of the 17 direct fights in UP were won by the Congress, where the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned. But the big picture lies in this number, viewers, that is BJP versus the Samajwadi Party. And this direct fight tells you the picture of why the UP map looks the way it does right now. 56 seats, the BJP was facing off directly with the Samajwadi Party, and look at that, viewers, 21 has been the only number of seats that have been won in a direct contest between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party by the BJP, and that number for the Samajwadi Party in a direct contest on these 56 with the BJP is 35. So the Samajwadi Party clearly winning in a lot more in the direct fights where the BJP is concerned. I want to cut across back right now to my colleague Rahul Gautam, who's with us. On one hand, you've had the BJP-led NDA, which is holding a meeting which of course held the meeting. The meeting's concluded at the 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. The other one taking place right now, where Rahul Gautam is standing, getting us more. We are also going to turn around to our election intelligence dashboards to get you, some of the trivia in there. The women candidates, how did it pan out in terms of the defectors? And that's an interesting one, because both sides, the BJP primarily had more defectors, but Rahul Gautam getting you in on this before we get down to the trivia of data in this election result. The question I ask you, there are two camps right now, Rahul, within the India Alliance. One camp, the TMC, the Uddhav Sena, wanting the India Alliance to go for the kill without any substance, in terms of holding on to the number of votes. They want to get the India Alliance to move towards claiming government, to stake claim on government formation. The other one, Samajwadi Party, Congress saying, let's sit back, let's sit in the opposition and wait and watch.
Well, you rightly pointed out that there are two type of voices that are coming out from this India meeting. See, we have to really understand that Congress is the biggest party of India bloc, and I myself spoke with our sources, with my sources, and they told me that it's going to be extremely challenging for them, and therefore they don't want to get into this because the numbers are just not in their favor. Cobbling a majority wherein you have, you're close to 230, you'll be needing somewhere around 40, 42 more seats. Then how are you going to cobble up the majority? And then they also want to ensure that it just not should be seen that they are power hungry or they are ready to do compromises. So this is the argument that has been put forward by Akhilesh Yadav and Congress Party, that we should sit in opposition and we should corner the government on issues or maybe rather wait for this government so that, possibly some differences that might arise maybe 6 months down the lane or 1 year, after the advent, and then we can take a call. But then there are other voices that want that no, we should not wait. We should not waste the time.
And those voices, Rahul, have been bolstered by the cadre, even of the Congress and the Samajwadi Party. Very excited. They haven't seen a moment like this, even though they don't have the numbers, but they have substantial numbers than the ones they've ever had. With these pictures, the UP ke ladke seem to have turned UP in their favor. But ultimately, the fact is, viewers, whichever way you look at it, it has been the NDA that has won the day, and emphatically so. What really worked for the BJP? Because where the Hindi heartland was concerned, there the BJP faltered. But it is the East Coast. Look at it, where the NDA gained maximum seats. Odisha, you have the BJP that swept where Odisha was concerned. The state of Andhra Pradesh swept by the TDP, as well as the BJP making gains where Andhra Pradesh was concerned. So both these states, the state of Odisha and the state of Andhra Pradesh, is where the NDA made gains. On the other hand, where NDA lost majorly, you had Uttar Pradesh, the NDA stood at just 35. Maharashtra was another state where the NDA lost majorly. Rajasthan was another state, Haryana. But these three states which saw the NDA lose many seats in totality, the Hindi heartland of sorts, but making inroads where the East Coast is concerned. Not West Bengal, but they did also lose in West Bengal, but Odisha and Andhra Pradesh, and of course Madhya Pradesh, the banker state for the Bharatiya Janata Party there.